welcome to the Behind the Plate podcast. We have an early segment this week, as it is Monday during the day instead of super late at night on a Monday or a Thursday, because it is almost spring break, and I wanted to get one more episode in, and so did Coach and the girls. And so this week I have two freshmen with me, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we'll get started, because it might be a little longer. I feel like I have a lot of questions this week. But yeah, do your name, major, hometown, and position.
All right, my name is Olivia See, and I'm from Mustang, Oklahoma, and I'm switching my major to psychology right now, and I play outfield.
I'm Avie Reams. I'm undecided on a major. I'm from Dover, Arkansas, and I'm a middle infielder.
And that is C, like S-E-E. Like, she didn't, comp her own last name.
C.
So I literally had to look up the roster this morning at 8 o'clock. I was like, am I making sure this is right? Because Coach didn't put your last names in the text. And I was like, dang it. So I had to pull up the roster. And I also had to ask her how to say her name like 5 minutes ago. So,
We got it down.
Yeah, we're getting through it right before spring break. I'm so ready. Okay, so I'm just going to start with the first question. And we'll just go from there. And either of you can answer. One of you can answer. Like, if you feel like one does question or answer better, you can just, like, go off of that. So it's up to you guys. But tell me about a locker lunch. Who, what, when, where, why, how. So we can cover all the bases.
So the locker lunches are kind of what we do, like, in between games, like when we have a doubleheader at home. And we'll pretty much, like, the parents will bring in, like, a table with just a bunch of, like, lunch meat and like chips and stuff, and we kind of just make an assembly line and just wait for our turn to go make ourselves a lunch, and then we just sit in our locker and eat it. That's pretty much it.
That's what Bab does for us for broadcast. He just brings a tray of lunch meat, cheese, and condiments, or like PB&J and snacks, and that's what we do. We'll have a runner because we have too many workers on some games, and so we'll just be like, go make this person a sandwich. Go bring us the box of chips inside. Like, we just have them run snacks the whole time.
Do you guys all fit in the trailer and eat the lunch in there?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, how would you?
No. So, like, spring sports are harder because we have a lot of athletes that are, like, getting ready for season. So, like, we don't have football players right now. Basketball is still going. And then track and cross country and, like, indoor are still going. And then spring soccer just started. And then you guys are playing. Baseball and softball are playing. So, we don't have a lot of workers, like, during the spring sports, especially because, like, with weather changes, the schedule is harder, like, last minute. And so we don't have a lot of people, but, like, some days at basketball, we'll have, like, 15-person crews. And so, like, our trailer is set up right outside the boiler room of Spec, because that's where, like, all the plugins and stuff for the trailer are, and, like, internet connection. And so we will, like, have some people in the trailer who are, like, working in the trailer. So, like, I'm directing, or, like, I'm switching on our switchboard camera angles, or, like, we have someone doing graphics or audio, and then we have someone doing replay for that sport. So all of those people, and then most likely Bab, if he's not indoor, they will go sit in the trailer and eat, and then the rest of them will get in the boiler room, or they'll just go kill time inside. But yeah, and it's raining a lot, and so we try and not stay outside, but can't always escape the rain, as you guys have found out from your field. It wasn't bad this weekend, right? Field?
No, a lot of the parents, like, came and, like, helped really early in the morning to get ready for the games. Yeah, I think they were there for, like, hours, but they made it look nice for us, so it was...
That's nice.
Yeah.
The outfield was a little mushy.
Yeah.
But it was playable.
I did see the ball, like, come straight down at one point and just stick there, and I was like, oh, I feel bad for them. Like, that's gotta not be a good sign. But I know you guys were, like, running fine in it, and the ball wasn't, like, too dirty after it came up from a play, so that was nice. Better than your first weekend when you played in the rain.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
That was awful. I couldn't imagine. We did not have to work that, thankfully. I was like, I feel for them, but I'm glad I'm not out there, so... I have, my next question is about dancing. Firstly, I believe that nobody's a good dancer. Like, some people are just more rhythmically inclined than others. Secondly, can you dance? My coach told me to ask. He was like, you should ask them if they can dance, and then ask who the best person on the team is, like, moves-wise. And I was like, okay. And so I try and, like, ask his questions, because usually they're kind of funny. And Lord knows I cannot dance. So, like, I'm a mom dancer. Like, It's really bad. Like,
Yeah, I try to like dance like swaggy and with rhythm, but it just doesn't. It
doesn't work out.
No, I'm definitely not at the top of the best dancer list on the team for sure.
who is? Give me like your top 3.
Man, Katie Wickie. Katie Wilkie, man.
Really? No. I thought last week and she didn't bring out no move.
One day we had like a dance circle before our game, and Kennedy did the shoe, and I think she shot all of us because it was
Right in the eye.
It was different.
It hurt my eyes. It hurt my eyes to watch.
But Kendall and Mac and Hannah are definitely just like,
Yes.
I would say have the most rhythm, I guess.
for sure.
Like just messing around before the games and stuff. But I don't know if any of us are really like.
I love Kendall. I see her walking across campus and I'll probably like look crazy. I'm like, hey, and she like is like this probably, but like on the inside. But like she'll say hi to me. But that's funny. I didn't expect her to be a dancer. I've had her on.
We did this thing earlier this semester. We did like a Zumba class.
That sounds so fun.
It was fun.
You guys gotta call me the next time you go.
It was fun. Kendall was just up there right in the front row, just getting it. Her and Mac and
Gotta add Tuesday to the list.
And Tuesday.
Oh, really?
The Zumba instructor loved Tuesday. Oh. I don't know if she was dancing good, but she was dancing hard.
My high school team played Tuesday in high school, and so I know of her. I wouldn't say I know her yet, but like I know of her from that, and that never would have crossed my mind.
You wouldn't know till Zumba.
Apparently.
You really wouldn't. You wouldn't.
I can't dance to save my life unless I will go back and say, unless it's line dancing. I can line dance like nobody's business. And granted, I have the world's worst old lady joints. Like my knees are bad, hips are bad, shoulders are bad. So it's really bad for me probably. But I like to call it a workout.
Yeah.
And so I might be like dying on the floor afterwards, but it's so fun. Like, have you guys ever been to Betty's here in town?
No, the other day, Kendall and Mac actually asked everybody if they wanted to go to Betty's.
You tell them to call me and I'll go to Betty's. I'll take y'all.
Next time.
For real, I love Betty's. For those of you who don't know, Betty's is a big country dance hall that we have here in Arkadelphia. It's like the only thing to do in this town. Unless you're a college student and, you're on campus and there's campus events. But, like, when it's late at night and it's dead, Betty's is the place to go. It's
Betty's
so
is
fun.
bumping.
It is bumping, as she said. It's like sometimes you'll get like a bunch of old people, and the old ladies and the old men are so nice. They'll like try and go out there with you and try to learn the line dance. Or the old men will come up to you and ask you to dance with them, like just like two-step, and it's so cute. I love it so much. I think you guys would have a blast. Like maybe we should do it as an end of the podcast year kind of thing.
We should.
With the team.
I'll have to try.
I'm hoping I'll be through all of you by then, because there's like 26 of you on the team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll make it. I think this is episode 6, so I've had 12 of you now.
Oh,
so we're halfway through. Yeah, we'll get
through.
Okay, but yeah, I love Betty's. We should take a team thing to Betty's. I know I'm not on the team, but like I feel like an honorary member.
Honorary member for sure.
Everyone's starting to notice me at games, and I'm like, hey, and then all the ones who haven't been on yet, they're probably like, who's this crazy person yelling at all of us? And I'm just loud. I can't help it. So I'll do a serious question now, I guess. Because I can't save all the good ones for the beginning. We gotta end on a high note. Right. So here's one. Do you think that? Oh, I should probably mute that. Well, sorry, Bab. Do you think that moving games back because of rain, like this past weekend, or like I'm sure you've played softball your whole lives, you've had weather delays and rain delays all through growing up. Like, do you think it has a big thing to do with the outcome of games, or like the doubleheader? You guys went into 10 innings this last weekend. That was the longest softball game I've ever been a part of. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to keep going? But like, how do you feel about games because of weather delay, field condition, like stuff like that? Do you think it messes with both teams or like anything like that?
In my opinion, I would say like if it's like a weather delay, like if it's raining really hard, like I would rather the game be moved back than play in it, because it's just so hard to like throw the ball when it's wet.
Yeah, you guys have played in the rain this year.
Yeah, it's so hard. So like if it's a weather delay, I would say like I would so much rather that.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I would say like the weather delays, I wouldn't say affect me too much, because I mean you have to bring like the same energy to practice any day or whatever, so that doesn't bother me. But I would say like the weather conditions, like you said, are harder. Like for example, like I said, in the outfield it was a little mushy and stuff like that. So if you dive, it just sticks. But I think for us, like, it almost worked towards our advantage because, like, we're so used to playing, in that type of situation now from, like, practices and stuff. So I think almost, like, our team looks at it as, like, an advantage for us to play, like, in this,
for sure,
like, not best condition feeling.
Like being at the end of that hill, like you guys get so much runoff. The tree is gone now, and like that up there is still like really patchy. It's not like broke down, like or patted down yet. So like you get a lot of runoff from that. Like there's construction going on everywhere. There's vehicles driving all the time. So like I feel like you guys' field definitely does come with some challenges, but I feel like it definitely makes you guys a better team just for that reason, because you guys have so many more like distractions you have to work through, and so it definitely helps you guys like prepare better. And like other teams coming to the field probably like don't realize that, at least like newer ones on the team or anything, or ones who just like don't remember playing here last season or something. They don't realize where it's at, and so they're like just surprised when they get here. And so I think that definitely helps. Like when it rains, where do you guys practice? In the indoor facility?
If it's like pouring down rain, we'll go to the indoor, but sometimes we play with I mean, it just depends on how, like, heavy it is, really.
Okay. You guys majority tarp the field of the time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How long is that a process for?
Putting on the tarp isn't as long as taking the tarp off.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
It takes us a while, and the other day we did it, like, really early in the morning, and everybody was, like, just waking up. It was...
Yeah.
That was rough, but it was fun. It's funny memories to look back at.
If it's like, if the weather's like kind of random, like if it rains out of the blue, do you guys just get a like, get down here now text, like we have to tarp, or like what happens?
Not yet. We haven't yet this year.
Okay.
Mostly the time that we tarp is like for games or when the ice storm got really bad, we tarp for that, but this has been like the first time I feel like we've tarped for like the rain and stuff.
Okay.
Usually it just
I think
happens.
honestly we needed, like, our dirt needed the rain for a little bit. I think that's why we haven't in a while, because it was getting a little hard there for a second. So like I think the rain kind of helped it a little bit.
Yeah. I remember in high school, like if the rain was like really random or something, we would like, it was like once out of a blue moon too. It was like probably like once or twice a year. We'd be like, we need to tarp, get down here now. And it was like on lunch break or like early in the morning. Yeah, it was rough. I did not like that. Because I like when it was windy or something and the rain was like blowing in, you could tell it was blowing in, you would like get caught in the tarp. Those poor girls, I had to go save from tarps, and it was interesting for sure.
That's funny.
Yeah. You guys had a shutout game on Sunday. I was so excited. I was at work when I saw like the box score or whatever, but I was like running around at work. I was like, guys, guess what happened? Because I'm your biggest fan. I love to tell everybody. I'm sure some parents would probably disagree with me, but so talk about the difference in your hour and 15-minute game, because that's all it was on that shutout, was an hour and 15 minutes. You guys won 2-0, by the way, for anyone wondering. Talk about that hour and 15-minute game versus the 3-hour game you played for extra innings on Friday. Like, I know that was the first game of that doubleheader, so, like, it was probably better than the second game. But, like, just talk about the differences in them and, like, how you felt before and after.
So I think the hour 15-minute game, it was almost like I didn't realize how quick it was going. Like, it was probably like the 5th inning. I looked up at the scoreboard and I was like, oh my gosh, like we're already like this has gone by so quick. And I think it was, I mean, Tuesday pitched a heck of a game, had a shutout, nobody scored on her, so that was awesome. I think both teams played really good defense. It was almost like we would go out there and we would get 3 up, 3 down. The other team would go up there and get 3 up, 3 down, and so that's what made it like super quick. Like there would only be like 3 batters go up every inning, it felt like. So I think that helped a lot, just like our defense and everything with the shorter game. Yeah.
I work almost every baseball and softball game just because I'm a student director. I have to be there, you know. And so, like, the first game on Friday, the before it went into extra innings, there was an inning that was like literally like felt like 30 seconds long, and like our play-by-play person was like, we'll be back after this commercial break that was probably going to be as long as that inning was. It was super funny, and I was like, I guess that's how, like, because we didn't work Sunday because it was during church time, and so if something interferes with the church schedule for all of us, since we're at a Baptist university, we won't work it. And so I was like, I guess that's how that game on Sunday Sunday felt. Like, that's crazy.
It did. It was like that, like, a lot of the time.
I don't think I've worked a short game like that. Like, baseball will go, like, 9 innings, and then you guys are 7. And so, like, I have to teach, like, our newer ones who don't know the sports. I'm like, they're 9, and then we're 7, like, here. And so they're always like, man, softball is shorter. But, like, there are some baseball games that are shut out like that. And it's only, like, 2 hours. And I'm like, dang, y'all, we're done. And usually, like, a doubleheader baseball game is, like, an all-day affair. And, like, that doubleheader Saturday was an all-day affair. But, like, no one expects that. They just expect, like, a 2-hour softball game or, like, a 3-hour baseball game. But, like, it really shows how, like, I guess humbling the sport can be if it goes so much shorter or so much longer. So, how do you feel about it?
I would kind of agree with Avie. Like she said, like, most innings were either 3 or down, or maybe 4 to 6 batters, like, if it was a good inning. And, like, I think sometimes we would score runs, and we only had maybe 6 people up to bat. And so I just feel like the most different thing in the games was probably, like, the pressure is different. Like, in Saturday, I felt like we all came back, like, really wanting to win that game because we kind of felt like we should have maybe won the games on Saturday. So we're like, okay, we got to win this one. And I just feel like in those type of games, like, the pressure, like, was more on them than necessarily it was on us. But when you're in overtime, it's like, crap, like, we gotta score to win. So then I feel like the pressure's just different. And I don't feel like you realize how long the game is when you're, like, just straight up thinking, like, oh, we gotta score. Like, that's... So I didn't necessarily even realize how long that game was or how short the game on Sunday was, because it's just, like, the pressure. Kind of.
The dugout life is very different from the broadcast life. Like, I was sitting in that trailer directing, like, sitting the whole time. And because were like, we call it a skeleton crew, but, like, we had one person everywhere. We just had to switch a couple of different times so those people out there could get a break. And so it's like, I was sitting that whole time. Other people were standing on a camera that whole time. And we were like, that is the longest game I think I've ever been a part of. And you guys were, like, just out there playing. And I'm like, I could never play a game for 3 hours. Like, I don't think my attention span can do it. And, like, I grew up playing the sport. And so it's just so different, like, being on the field versus off of the field. And, like, being part of a team, it, like, helps you, a lot of the way. And so, like, being your broadcast director, it helps me a lot of the way because I know that I couldn't do what I do without any of my workers. And so that helps me a lot. I'm like, I could be out there on a camera, but, like, I've worked my way up. And so I'm in here in the trailer. And it was chilly that morning. So I was like, at least I'm warm. At least I've had a donut. And at least I'm inside. So
the adrenaline definitely helps, too. Like, in the games, it doesn't feel like you're as tired whenever, you get adrenaline rushing through you. So.
Because that tie, I was like, gum.
That was awesome.
It, like, came out of nowhere. Like, both teams came out of nowhere on that whole entire game. And so it was so fun to watch. Even if it was super long, it was so fun. So, okay, I'll say my fun question again. I'll do a personal question, and by these personal questions, either of you can answer, either of you cannot. You can talk about the other ones. It's just I like to mix it up a little bit. So I'll start with Avie's. I'll start with yours. Tell me about if you know anything about it, because we didn't really I looked on the site and there was nothing about it. Like where Brian, the athletic communication person, posts everything. So tell me about the renaming of the home field. Like last year, Pizzi, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay. It was not part of it, and so tell me what detailed that change.
So honestly, we came back from Christmas break and I was driving by the field and I saw the sign like Pizzi Langston Field and I was like, wait, is that our field? I kind of had to reverse my car and I was like, I thought we were Sully Anderson Field, and I saw on the sign that it said Pizzi Langston, and I was like, oh, yes, they changed the name. I wasn't aware of it, and I didn't know at first, but now that it's been a while, I kind of know the reason behind it. So Pizzi Langston, her and her family, I think donated a lot of money to help get our locker room built, and so I think the university kind of made the decision to name the field after her. So that's kind of where it came from.
There's a sign in you guys' outfield, and now that you told me that, I don't think it has anything to do with the renaming of it, but, there's a sign in the visitor outfield of a memorial. Can you tell me who that is and, what they've done? And
Yeah, so that's Coach McGee. I never got to play for him. He passed away before I was even thought about like coming here, before I was even recruited. So, but he coached here for a really long time. I don't know how long, but it was for a while. I know Coach Kuntz played for him too. Okay. She really loved him, and I was chatting with Coach Jackson, and he said that he's one of the biggest reasons that he coaches. Like Coach McGee was one of Coach Jackson's like big coaching mentors, and so he really looked up to him, and he wanted to make sure that he was there for so long, and he was such a good coach. He wanted to make sure that he was remembered. So that banner going up there was like a big statement for that.
Yeah, that's really sweet. We a lot of us saw the name change and we see that sign, and I feel like some people ask me, they're like, do you know what that is? I'm like, no. So I was like, I'll put it as a question. I'll figure it out, because I did my research as I do for these things, and I couldn't find a lot, and so I was like, I'll figure it out. So yeah, I figured you guys had more knowledge. So thank you for educating me. You learn something new every day, guys. I'll do my fun question now. It's about Finley. Finley's birthday. I heard we had a birthday party.
We did.
I am a big birthday person. I love to plan a good birthday party. All of my friends probably hate me for it because I make them have a birthday party. But I'm just a planner like that. So give me all the details. Does she have an embarrassing cake smashing photo that we should put up somewhere?
I have some pictures. Yes! I was right there at the front. I was making sure I got some pictures of it because it was so cute.
Okay, tell me all about it.
So I think that the reason we even had it at the field was because our games got moved to Sunday. Okay. So it kind of interrupted Coach Kutz's plan, but I personally loved that it was there because I loved getting to go to it. And I just love little kids, and Finley's so cute. And
the weather was also nice.
Yes, it was nice, and I don't know, all the kids just loved it, and I just felt like it was nice for all of us to be there. So.
Yeah. The party was Minnie Mouse themed.
Oh.
Yes, and Coach Kuntz, she made it so cute. So all the food that she had it labeled. So there was little pigs in a blanket, and she had it labeled hot diggity dogs.
Oh.
There was punch, and she had it labeled Pluto's punch or something, and it was so cute. And the cake, oh my goodness, it was so cute.
Oh.
I was talking to, I think it was Finley's grandma, and she said that She got it made from someone in Sheridan, and it was only $75, but it was super cute. I didn't take a picture of it or anything, but...
What flavor was it?
I don't know. I had one of the cupcakes, but the cupcake was strawberry. Okay. I didn't have the cake, but... So I'm guessing strawberry.
I'm a sweets person. I had to ask. Yeah. I'm a chocolate cake and red velvet person, though, so, But, that's just because I'm picky as a child, and now my taste buds are, not as evolved as they could be, but, the most interesting fact about myself, I think, is the fact that I don't like mac and cheese, and that's because, I blame my mother for this, though. Sorry, Mom. But she didn't start me on pasta, as early as she could have, when I was a child, or, a baby, and so, yeah. Fun fact, don't and people berate me for it, actually berate me for it.
I was about to say, it could be me.
My whole family is what is wrong with you? And I'm sorry.
Mac and cheese is good.
But yes, so if you guys could send me these birthday pictures, I'll put it as I'll put it in the podcast.
Oh,
I really
please
will.
Do. I have some cute ones. It took her a second on the cake smash. It took her a second to get going. They had to kind of Finley, here's some cake, and then once she got going, she was really in there, and she was putting it in Devin's face, putting it in Coach Cooper's face. It was really cute.
I met I met Coach and Coach Jackson whenever I went with them to interview about doing all this, and then I think it was 2 weeks ago now, I went to LP for dinner to do a pickup order, and she and her whole family were there, Finley, Coach Kuhn, her husband, and I was is this Finley? Because I've heard about her, and she goes, yes, don't pick her up, she smells bad right now. And I was okay, but she was so cute. I loved it. I have a bunch of little siblings, and I'm an aunt now, and so I have a bunch of little kids that I don't get to see a lot, so it was nice, it's therapy on campus. So how old did she turn?
1.
Oh,
the big 01.
Yes, I love that it was Minnie Mouse themed.
She had the cutest little like one shirt on
Oh
with
my
like
gosh,
Minnie
it was
Mouse
so
things.
cute.
And then she had like little Minnie Mouse ears. It was
Yes.
so
It was
cute.
so cute.
Yes, I feel like Minnie Mouse. We all have to have like our Mickey Mouse like phase, you know, and I just love that so much. It's my favorite. I'm so excited for these pictures now. I
They're
can't
cute.
wait.
They're really cute.
You have to send them in the group chat, and Coach Jackson's just gonna be like, "What is happening?"
He'll see when he watches the podcast.
Yeah, he'll know. He'll know. Okay, I'll do your personal question now. I don't know if you have any say on it, but you know, you're from Oklahoma. Bailey was on last week, and she's from Oklahoma. I didn't know we had such diversity on the team either until I looked at the roster. I was like, we have a girl from California now. I was like,
That's
good
my
going.
roommate.
Shout out! I was like, dang, we have a lot of diversity on here, and I didn't really know. And so I thought that was neat. But last week, Bailey was on here, and she mentioned OU softball. I think it's OU softball. It's Oklahoma. I just know that.
Yeah, OU.
Okay. So tell me how you feel about their back-to-back-to-back winning streak, because I have no words on it. I'd rather not comment. Just because I'm a Hogs fan for softball, at least. They never let me down. Unlike some of our other sports teams. But tell me how you feel about their World Series winning streak, and they just recently broke their 71-game win streak against the Raging Cajuns. So just tell me how you feel.
Yeah, so my family is an OU fan.
Oh,
So
I knew it. Perfect question.
Yeah, I've actually been to like one of their World Series games. One, yeah.
I want to go to that field so
Me
bad.
too.
I've actually played state at that field because it's like 30 minutes from where I live. So yeah.
We play state at the Hog Field. So.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool. I think just like them, and then like for example, like how LSU basketball is like winning a lot of their stuff right now. I just feel like it brings a lot of attention to like women's sports, and like I love how they use their platform, and so I just like love that that's one of the teams that's kind of like raising up into women's sports, and then.
Women's sports!
Yeah.
Yes!
Part of me feels a little bad for them sometimes, because I feel like this year they haven't been like run ruling a bunch of people. Like some of their games have been closer, and I feel like a lot of people kind of like discount them for that. When in reality, like everyone that's playing them is also just as good. So like, yes, they've won a lot, but like they're still doing the same thing that we're doing. Like it's hard to win every single game, and I think losing sometimes helps you guys as a team. So like. I don't have that much of a feeling towards their loss. I think like a lot of people are looking down at it, but kind of we need to realize like they just won 71 games in a row. Like that's still like, something.
That's big numbers.
So. It's like what, 3 years of winning?
Probably.
I think it's like 2. They lost to Texas.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love women's sports attention. Woohoo! I like. They might have needed a humbling. They might have not have. It just depends on, like, the team and the coach atmosphere itself. But, like, I want to say not growing up, but, like, when I was early high school, maybe mid-high school, UCLA was, like, the OU of that time. And so it was, like, I think I like to say I don't like OU, but, like, I like the fact that there is a southernmost team, like, so close to me that's doing all of these amazing things and, like, breaking all of these records and everything. And so... when I say I'm not an OU fan, like, we all have our team, but, like, I really, like you said, I like the things that they're doing for the women's sports world. Like, these girls and their team are, like, breaking so many records, and they're doing so many good things at such young ages, too. Because, like, you don't see a lot of softball teams now that were, like, just start their upperclassmen. Like, all girls, like, freshman, junior, sophomore, graduate, they all get a chance now. Because, like, you don't have talent, just the upper atmospheres. Like, people are going to come up, especially to D1, and they're gonna play for their spot, or else they wouldn't have made the team. And so I agree with you. Like, I think that's really it's a good thing that they're doing, and it's really interesting to watch too. Yeah, it makes for good softball.
It does.
I have one more question, I think. Yes, one more question. Because numbers are not my thing, guys. And when I jump around like this, I get lost. Like, I usually have my paper, but I'm almost out of print money, so. Okay, so, Battle of Venus tomorrow.
Woo!
Yes! My second favorite one. Behind football, of course, because, football is football. But, like, in my heart, you guys are number 1, 100%. The last time your teams met was April 11th, 2023. So, like, you're playing them, like, almost a month earlier this year. And you're on your home turf again. You played them and won on your home turf last season. For reference, your home winning streak is better than your away winning streak with this team. So, tell me how you feeling.
I personally, like, am excited that we're playing them tomorrow. Like, I feel like after coming off this weekend, like, yes, we didn't win the series, but I feel like it's just we're on, like, the uphill battle right now, and we're going up. And especially, like, winning that game on Sunday, I feel like it just shows us, like, we can do it. And, like you said, like, playing at home is so much better. Like, you're not on the bus going away, and the atmosphere is, like, everyone's here, like, cheering us on. And I love playing at home, and I think that they're not coming off the best weekend, and I think ours went a little better for us, and so I feel like we have an advantage there to hopefully get the win.
Yeah, I think that you said you are on an uphill battle, that's for sure. Like, being, like, in my past podcasts, I've said, like, probably one of the lesser watched teams here on campus, but, like, I've noticed so many more, like, students instead of parents showing up to games, and I love seeing that. And it might just be the weather too, but like, I love seeing it, and I love seeing all the dogs too. It's my favorite part of the weekends. But I've noticed so many more, because, like, do you guys get a lot of parents at away games too, or no?
We actually do. A lot of the parents end up traveling.
Okay. But yeah, you guys have gotten a lot more, like, people our age coming to watch games, which I think is so good for you guys.
It is.
And I'm so happy that I get to see that, like, correlation happening. And so I'm super excited for this game, especially because it's right here in town. I'm hoping we'll have so many people.
Yeah.
Especially since it's Boulder, I bet a bunch of hoping a bunch of students will come and, like, support. I think kind of like what Liv said about, like, the home field advantage. It's always, like, the atmosphere is always so much, like, it's always so, like, energetic at home, and it's just a better atmosphere to be in. And I think coming off of, like, a big win against Tech, like a shutout, you know, that's it's a lot of confidence going into this next game. We're going to come in with a lot of fire, so I'm excited for it. And
obviously we have a bunch of, show out for football battle ravine, but, like, I've noticed, like, all the other sports have just as much. Like, I worked a volleyball battle ravine last season, insane. I worked the basketball, men's and women's, insane.
Those were good. The basketball, the girls one was crazy.
Yes, and the turnout just makes for even better games, I think. And so, because, like, the atmosphere is there, the crowd is there, there's a lot more, like, yelling and talking going around, and so I think it's so much more fun.
It is.
And, like, being right here, it's so easy to do, too. Like, I just love it so much. So, you guys excited?
Yes, we're so excited.
It's a doubleheader, right?
Okay. And then we play them again one time in April. So.
Yep. Are they both conference matches?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Is that the only team we play twice in conference?
No, so we do play them 3 times.
Okay.
We just don't play them 3 times one weekend. I think it's just because we have so many weekend trips. It's easy because we're right here, but yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, that was all my questions. So sad, but I'm glad I got in another episode before spring break. I was worried I wasn't going to be able to, but this was a nice break.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good episode. Yes, I can have a clickbait title this time, y'all. I haven't done one yet.
Everybody's going to want to get on it. Everyone's going to see the boater.
Click. Yeah,
No,
it'll be my most clicked video probably. But which is good because I feel like my views have been down. I need some more. So yes.
Everybody tune in.
Yes.
I'll make sure to repost it.
Yes, and I'll put Finley in there if you guys actually watch. So you have to watch the whole thing though, because I might put it at the end just for that. But thank you guys so much for coming and talking with me.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, I'll be at the game tomorrow, so I'll see you guys. And now that you know who I am, I won't be the crazy person yelling across the field like, "Hey!" So you guys can wave, and I'll wave back, and it'll be so much fun. Thank you again.
Thank you.
I'm so excited, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Go Tigers.